Lance David Cooking Show!
AKA
How do you get my shot glasses, bro?
ERYLE
Go.
DAVID.
Cooking show.
In today's episode, we'll be demonstrating the 5 foundations of democracy by making a gourmet, home-style, fresh from the farm, handcrafted pizza. That we're hired to cook this pizza.
Yep.
So we're going to teach you how.
Our first foundation of democracy is individual freedom. That means there are equal rights among all people, as well as allowing the people to make their own decisions.
Basically, this is saying that we as Americans have the right to make whatever choices we want as long as we follow the laws. A recent example of this was in 2009. On December 9th, gay marriage was legalized. In 1973, Maryland
This is Maryland. Screw you, Maryland.
passed a law saying marriage must be a man and a woman. Florida, California, Wyoming, and Virginia followed soon after.
So obviously this is a picture of a man and a woman being married. This is what all of those states wanted because that's what they believe the Bible wanted, but not true.
13 states are yet to legalize gay marriage. These states include Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Ohio, and Tennessee.
Here, we're going to show you some pictures a little slower to really get the idea out of how many states still do not allow gay marriage. And it's 13. And those 13 include Louisiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Ohio, and Tennessee. Okay, now that may not seem like a lot of states to most people, but 13 states out of 50, that's pretty ridiculous. Like, our American Constitution and just everything about America stresses how much we should have freedom and everyone should have the rights to do what they want, but we're really not expressing that when there's still 13 states that don't allow the gay community to marry. And that sucks.
Legalized gay marriage represents individual freedom because it allows for the people to make their own choices. Where gay marriage is illegal, it shows how our nation does not follow individual freedom due to restricting the choices people can make.
Now here is a lovely photo of a beautiful gay couple getting married and demonstrating their right as American citizens. This being allowed in only 37 states. Please stand by as we go on commercial break. This commercial is brought to you by Chance Backer.
Don't be a clown. Vote Trump 2020.
Oh.
Tired of illegal immigrants? Well, let's build a wall.
Now back to our regular scheduled program.
This 55 grain pizza crust represents freedom.
First, you put the oil on the crust. Crust represents individual freedom.
So guys, sorry about our studio change. Our last one burned down. It was horrific.
Anyways, the third foundation of democracy is the majority and minority rights. This means that both the white people and any minority group in America will be treated equally, no matter if the minority is an immigrant or just born in America. In the U.S. history, we have only had white presidents for 43 presidential elections. Here we are showing you some pictures of previous American presidents, and as you can see, they are not black. They are all white. Whether the picture is black and white or not, you can very much tell. None of them are African American. And yes, they made a lot of good progress for our country, but it destroyed the faith in many minorities believing that they themselves or any minority could ever lead this country. For a long time, there were many people in America who thought a woman nor an African American or anyone of a minority would become the president. But in 2009, Barack Obama became the first African American president. Here is a picture of a man we all know, Barack Obama, our 44th president, who was the first African American or even minority president the United States has ever had. And he was not only elected once, but he was also reelected, serving 2 terms as the American president. This shows faith in the majority and the minority rights due to our public voting for our first black president in the U.S. history and opening the door to presidents being more than just white men. Next is the sauce, which represents faith in minority and majority.
Hey guys, so our second kitchen burnt down once again. So relocating to kitchen number 3. Tough times on the bank account, what can I say? So today our third foundation of democracy is respect for equality. Respect for equality is when people are treated the same as others as in our Constitution. Following this means that everyone has the same rights as everyone else. A recent example of this is in 2013, the ban against women in the military combat was lifted. No law restrained women from combat, but official military policy had kept female service members away from the front lines by banning them from artillery, armory, infantry, and other combat roles. Before 2001, American service women had largely been kept out of the ground combat. This was now open up to hundreds of thousands of jobs in previous all-male units to women. This demonstrates the third foundation of democracy, respect for equality, because it shows our government attempt on allowing more acceptance for people in different workforces and society in general. Our society continues to become more open and accepting as we continue to grow and develop as a country.
First, we have this very motivating picture of women in the military training, doing their usual thing, learning how to do all of it. And the next picture is this woman learning how to drive a tank, now that she can legally do that for combat in the United States military. And next we have a white male, a white woman, and a woman of the minority, all standing together in front of the flag, representing that we are all equal and united and working together for the same cause.
Cheese represents respect for equality.
Women.
The fourth foundation of democracy is the necessity of compromise. This means there cannot be power in a single person, meaning decisions must be made to help both sides of an issue. Although this is not completely possible, without it we would potentially lead to a monarchy. Not good. The best example of this is recent Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act. This is the most recent example of our government agreeing on a law.
Look at these pictures of these sad dogs who are being abused and trapped and caged and being deprived of hunger. If this doesn't make you sad, there's something wrong with you. We can't let this happen in our country anymore.
This required both sides to come together for a compromise to make the final decision on whether or not to pass the law or not. Before this law, people were able to beat and abuse their animals. With this law, any evidence that leads to this law will now be considered illegal.
Here are 2 people shaking hands because they're agreeing, which is a first step to make any important movement. And now you get to see all these cute puppies that are happy and they're not being abused because now it's illegal. And if you break the law, you'll go to jail. So please don't harm our puppies. And now we'll be going to a commercial break for one of our sponsors.
Download TikTok today! Ham represents necessity of compromise.
Hey guys, so we figured out time travel somewhere in this project and we were able to go to our newest kitchen while still not burning down our others. So today, our fourth foundation of democracy is recognition of worth and dignity. This means everybody is given the ability to make an impact in the world as well as having a reason to make that impact. This allows for people to work for what they want and give reason to work hard. A recent example of this is the is the Death by Dignity Act. This allows qualified terminally ill adults to voluntarily request and get a prescription medicine to kill themselves. This is only offered in limited states, including California, Colorado, the District of Columbia, Hawaii, Maine, New Jersey, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Before September 2019, this process was illegal. This law would not have been passed without people voicing their opinion. This proves the recognition of worth and dignity because citizens have the dignity to make this choice on their own, as well as having the worth because the American people had to fight to protect the law to be recognized and made.
So for our images for the Death by Dignity Act, we decided to show you some of the different signs that people would use while protesting, because this protest went on for a very long time. Many people not agreed with it because they said that you shouldn't be allowed to assist someone in killing them. It could be considered murder, but we tried to really acknowledge the fact that all ages fought for the right, and hopefully soon it will be legal in all states in America and not just a very few that it is. Pepperoni stands for recognition of worth and dignity. Now let's cook those foundations. So you're going to want to throw it in the oven, or you can chuck that foundation pizza onto your pizzazz thingy. And you're going to want to cook it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit if you want to get that perfect democracy. And then you're going to want to cook for about 16 minutes, or in realistic time, many, many years, and a lot of agreements through the government. And then you have your perfect democracy. Yay! Okay, thanks for watching our cooking show. Now you get to watch these funny bloopers that we thought were funny but kind of awkward, so have fun with that. Pepperonis represent the recognition. And this is the result.
What?
Should I put these up?
Dude, I'm running out of stuff.
It's okay.
Why? L. I don't know how to spell her name.
Oh, pick the peps. Should do this weird like.
Aaron, how's life going?
In Jewish menorah. Pudding.
You're good to go now.
13 states are yet to legalize gay marriage.
Democracy is necessary. I can't read, guys.
My shoulders hurt from laughing.